Jackhammering everything, no foreplay, sessions that last hours. Ladies. What is a dead giveaway that a guy watches too much porn when you sleep with him? Oh man, my favorite bro is back for another story time. How delightful. Hope you're doing well, my man. Since you're already here, can you hit that like and subscribe button? If you do, I'll go ahead and pay off your high-interest college tuition. Anyway, let's start the stories. He thinks spitting on your asshole is sufficient as a warm-up and lubricant for anal sex. I wanna make you squirt. Proceeds to violently rub clit like he's vigorously scratching records. The assumption that I'm going to have Olympic gymnast level limberness. If my knees haven't gone past my ears in a while, I'm going to have to do some stretching first. Thinking that having a huge dick automatically makes them a sex god. Also trying crazy positions that don't even make practical sense. Thinking that ramming your cervix feels good for you, then acts shocked when you roll over and cry from the pain. Literally tries to ram you in the ass full force, thinking it's hot when in actuality all it did was take away my sitting privileges. It's not a race to the finish, dude, calm down. Go easy on my butt, it's the only one I got. Guys like this will try positions that look good on camera but don't really feel good. They don't pick up signals from their partners either. Making zero attempt at foreplay or any kind of partner stimulation, trying to use spit as lube, then asking, "Are you always this dry during sex?" To which I answered with a solid nope. Pussy slapping is the worst. In a recent discredit on the same topic, a woman said this, 13,000 other, presumably, women upvoted, and then 3 guys mentioned having partners who enjoyed and determined it must be more commonly enjoyed than we think. Despite 13,000 women agreeing they don't like it vs 3 anecdotes from men that it's enjoyable. But on the receiving end as a woman, immediate turn off. Why aren't you moaning? Maybe cause it's 3 in the afternoon and your roommate is in the next room? Just because your dick enters me doesn't mean I involuntarily start moaning. I hooked up with a guy who immediately went a little too rough, dominating too quickly. He hooked his fingers in my mouth, threw me around harshly, and just overall didn't care. I was a little uncomfortable with how hard he was doing things. I've seen porns go slower than he did. There's a difference in tone when asking, do you like that? Is this position enjoyable for you? And do you like that? Yeah bitch, I'm giving you this DEEQUO. And please know, we know the difference. Start with the first one, and once we are actively enjoying the dick, move on to that second one. BDSM things, choking, slapping, spitting, name-calling, without asking, jackhammering hard and long enough to bruise my thighs, thinking I can ride cowgirl for more than 40 minutes without taking a break, sex that lasts for hours without anyone cooming, eating me out like a pudding cup, treating my tits like a bop-it, not being able to look me in the eye, only being able to finish by jerking off, etc. Assuming every girl wants to blow them and be sexually satisfied with just that. Cooming on their face or breasts is stimulating enough the woman doesn't need any pleasure, and dirty talk should include degrading names without asking if it's okay. Fingering like a jackhammer. It like, you're supposed to be stimulating the G-spot, not punching my privates. Edit. There is this video, I can't remember for the life of me the name, but it was a guy, fully clothed, maybe a blue shirt, with a girl laying on a table, and it was like TED Talk of fingering. If someone can PM me, because it might get lost in the replies, I let it to add. That was a very good video. Very matter of fact and professional lol, but let me tell you, he knows what the hell he's talking about. There's a certain way guys who watch a lot of porn will try to finger me, and it's so consistent that it has to be from porn. It's like 2 fingers slapping my pussy almost. It doesn't do much for me personally, and we usually move on to better things, but I've suspected for a while they got it from porn. Edit just wanted to say, don't be ashamed or embarrassed if you've done this. It's NBD. From my own experience, hooking up with girls successfully can be challenging, and personally I found it to be extremely intimidating. Especially because every girl is different or has different preferences. The real solution is a lot of communication, within reason. Ask her what she likes, ask if something feels good, go slowly, etc. You really can just Google tips and techniques, and that's a good place to start. Some of these have been mentioned, but Spitting on a girl for lube. Like long-range hawking at my vagina, no sir. Abusing the clit like he's a DJ. No stroke technique. He's just straight in and out. If he's feeling fancy he will just go faster. Porn isn't centered around women's pleasure, so they don't know angles or hip movement. Dirty talk is porn catchphrases like growling oh yeah. Now I feel like I'm having sex with the Kool-Aid man. Edit. Clarification about being spit on. Edit about stroke technique. If your hips are locked then you're just jabbing your dick in and out and only hitting one angle. Which may work for some women. If you move your hips while you thrust you hit more angles, better chance of clit stimulation, so she can come. Think of a digging motion or small circles like a hula hoop. Not choking hard enough, cause apparently I do it too softly, complete opposite to porn. I was getting hot and heavy with a female friend one night, and with things progressing, she asks me to choke her. When I start lightly, she literally stopped me and asked, "Wait, is that how you choke people?" Well, obviously, I'm not going to jump straight into a purple face-inducing grip. I'm going to start slow and allow her to communicate if she likes it rougher. Needless to say, she used a strange tactic, as opposed to a standard request, harder. The night didn't progress much past that, as the vibes weren't great, and she kept critiquing my form and other aspects, spinning my difference in approach and preferences as flaws. I guess the one takeaway is that I'm now not as scared to really go for it when asked, obviously not crushing the trachea though. But it is hard to shake the sense that you're not exciting or adventurous enough in bed. Ducked me up a little. Goes to show that men aren't the only ones who have their expectations distorted by media. Guys that think stimulating you for like a minute is blowing your mind. It's true. I'm not sure how to put this nicely, but just being okay in bed is better than the average guy, so you're already ahead of the pack if you're just okay. This means that if you then improve beyond just okay, you have a high chance of being the best lay a woman has had. And if you're cool with giving oral until she reaches orgasm while following her instructions, higher, lower, faster, or even just keep doing that, you'll be way ahead of the pack. I'm not saying that women can't also be bad in bed, but it's different. The women I've slept with who were bad in bed were just starfishing. The men who were bad in bed were a lot more active in their badness. It's like the difference between being a cook who hands you a box of cereal when it's their turn to make dinner, a starfish in bed, versus a cook who enthusiastically makes horrible concoctions, expects you to love the horrible concoctions, and then continues putting the horrible concoctions on your plate even when you say, "No, I don't like chocolate sauce and sprinkles on my scrambled eggs." Also, why is there calamari ice cream in the freezer? He lays his phone on your chest while you're having sex and watches porn. This is unfortunately and embarrassingly true, except my ex would make me hold the phone for him, and I had to be quiet so he could hear. It ducked me up for a long time and still kinda does. Edit. This has gotten popular and I have read through each and every single reply, including the angry ones. I replied to as many as I could, DMs included, but I am getting a little overwhelmed, and my anxiety is telling me that not everybody means it, which is probably not true, or maybe true, I'm not sure. But for those who shared their own stories, I am so very, very sorry. I kinda wish I was alone in this almost, and that it hadn't happened, or worse, to anyone else. I appreciate all the motivating comments as well. I think I have already said this to someone, but there's a difference between knowing the truth and feeling the truth, and I'm still working on the latter. What do these awards even mean? Another edit. Sorry, I know people hate edits, but I have to say that the hero worship has got to stop. I appreciate the motivation and the sharing of stories, keep doing that to help other people. But I'm not a survivor, I'm just the leftovers. Yes, it was an emotionally abusive relationship, and yes, I tried to leave 3 times, but no, I did not succeed. He broke up with me, horribly, that's another story. I was publicly cracking, which I'm sure was distasteful for him, bursting into tears at a family dinner. I had to sit beside him is definitely cracking. I'm not brave, I'm not a survivor, I'm just the trash you see at the side of the road. But I'm getting better and I hope you are too. I just didn't want to misrepresent myself and be Reddit's personal Katniss. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the story time? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more story times.